Hey gang, this is Max with the Guitar Center here in day 3 at NAMM 2024, and we are in the Blackstar booth with our friend Steve, looking at the all-new ID Core V4. Steve, how you doing?
Good, Max. How are you, buddy?
I'm great, just living that NAMM dream. So we are looking at V4 of the venerable ID Core series. Been around a bit here. Do you want to tell us about what's new in this line?
Sure. So it's V4 for 2024, the latest incarnation of our best-selling, best-sounding practice amp for home players. 3 models, as always, 10, 20, and 40 watt. The big difference is our power reduction, and we've added USB-C just in keeping with the way people connect today. But also just reminding people at NAMM how great these products are for connectivity, you know, like live streaming, mobile as well with the battery, and also CabRig as well, just reinstating that tech.
So before we get into some of that new tech, if someone is new to Blackstar, if someone's new to the ID Core line, what type of sound options do we have here as far as just overall amp voices, the effects, stuff like that, if you could walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, so the common comment about ID Core is it's very easy to use. There's nowhere to get lost in sub-menu after sub-menu on an LCD display, so it's all hands-on. So you have 6 voices, 2 clean, 2 crunch, and 2 overdrive. There's a gain, volume, and Blackstar's pattern ISF, the infinite shape feature. Gives you a little bit of EQ, so it gives you a tighter American sound or a more woolly, open, mid-British sound, especially for the overdrive tones. And we have 12 stereo effects as well, so built-in tuner, really simple to use, a great practice tool.
So to that end, as you just said, stereo effects, these are small amps, you might not know it. When we were about to mic it up, we had to figure out, hey, there's 2 speakers in here. And that's for all 3 of these, right?
Yeah, all 3 of them, yeah. So it's a really immersive experience, and that's all we want. We want players to be at home at suitable low volumes and feel like you're playing in an arena.
Nice. So before we go any further, if you could, Steve, just give us a sampling of some of your favorite sounds in here, different voices, different effects for the people at home.
Sure, let's do it.
Steve, that sounded great. You know, as you mentioned at the top of the video and you were showing me before we started rolling, there's a lot of new tech here. You mentioned the ability to actually live stream. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's tech that's been there since V3, but also I love to reinstall it in people, reinstate it, because not many people realize it. So they'll think it's a great practice amp, and there'll often be people at home that are using ID Core V3 and V4 for this year, and not even realize that you can actually plug a smart device in, your mobile, your tablet, and record straight to video. You can voice memo, email a new riff idea to the bandmates, and also just go live to TikTok and Instagram and all that cool stuff. So for content creators that are just getting into that world, it's a very simple thing to do. You need a good lighting, like a selfie light, a selfie stand, a smartphone, and you're good to go.
Nice. So if you could just show us what that's like. It looks like you've got the camera app up here on your phone, and let's see what it does.
Sure. So I'm just going to use a high gain voice. We're going to press record on the mobile device, and we'll play it back, and it will monitor through the amplifier, and you'll hear there's no atmosphere noise from NAMM. It's just the sound of the amp.
All right. You ready? All right, we'll play it back now. Nice. All tone, none of the insanity in NAMM. So, Steve, you know, you mentioned this is a great practice amp, warm-up amp, but we've been standing here and I see this little box to the left of the amp with a Blackstar logo on it. What am I looking at?
So, what we have here is the Blackstar PB1. It's a power bank lithium battery, but it can power the ID Core for up to 10 hours. So if you're a street musician, If you want to take your ID Core to the beach, to the park, you can. Listen to music, use it as a boombox, or play guitar through there.
So obviously that adds a lot of utility. You're not just stuck in a room, plugged into a wall, plugged into an outlet. You know, for a lot of portable amps, most folks are used to using AA's, C's, D's, etc.
Yeah.
And this is obviously much more compact and easier to deal with, and it's rechargeable.
Yeah, absolutely. So I always mention it because I guarantee a lot of stores around the world, they'll have customers come into the store and say, have you got anything I can use on the street for jamming? ID Core won't come into that conversation. We've got to remember you can do it.
So outside of that battery pack, you guys have a computer set up here on your display. You know, obviously that USB functionality allows you to do live streaming or recording to your phone, but what's the other functionality you can get out of the computer?
Yeah, so we have a software platform for most of our products that have USB capability called Architect. And a part of that is CabRig. So CabRig Lite is featured for ID Core V4. And it allows you to deep dive into more effects. There's a chromatic tuner on there, a variable noise gate, lots more EQ, because obviously on the unit you just get the ISF dial. There's bass, middle, treble, resonance, presence on the software. Also, you can deep dive into the cabinet choice and mic choice. So for somebody, again, stepping into that world of impulse response type technology, you can choose a different cab, a 110, a 210, a 212, a different mic, a ribbon, a dynamic. So you're just stepping into that world of recording. It's a fantastic option.
So obviously great, easy to use, straightforward, small practice amp or amp on the go, but if you want, there's a whole lot more you can access.
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice. And so outside of the sound, outside of the features, most importantly, when are these going to be available?
They are available now, my friend.
Awesome. Well, Steve, thank you so much for your time. And if you viewers at home want to learn more about the Blackstar ID Core V4 series amplifiers, head on over to guitarcenter.com or stay tuned on GC's YouTube channel.